Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're unpacking the truly fascinating first chapter of Ryuho Okawa's book, Progress Thinking. We're going to dive deep into its unique philosophical take on success and personal responsibility. If you've ever felt kind of stuck or wondered why some people seem to just effortlessly build wealth while others struggle, you are in the right place. We're going to explore how tossing out that victim mindset and adopting a much higher perspective can literally turn wealth into a profound force for good. Let's get right into it.
So, quick question for you. Have you ever blamed the economy, your environment, or maybe even your upbringing for a personal setback? I mean, it's a totally familiar feeling, right? A project fails, a promotion falls through, or we miss a financial goal. And our immediate instinct is to look out the window instead of in the mirror. Well, according to the text we're examining today, this very human instinct to point fingers outward, it's actually the first major hurdle to true success. It acts as a mental trap that keeps us completely locked in stagnation. All right, moving on to Section 1, the flawed default, which takes a look at the philosophy of victimhood.
It's incredibly common, isn't it, to point the finger at the government, large corporations, the economy, or even our parents when things go wrong. The text actually details how we routinely use these specific external factors as shields for our own lack of success. People say things like, the government's policies are ruining my chances, or my parents just didn't give me the right education. But the source material points out something really interesting. When people relentlessly use these excuses, it eventually rationalizes this deep-seated envy towards those who are successful. Basically, we convince ourselves that successful people must be doing something bad or unfair, and that our own lack of success, well, that's just a sign of our moral high ground.
And harboring these excuses solidifies what the author calls a philosophy of victimhood. You essentially build an entire worldview around why you just can't succeed. And here's where it gets psychologically fascinating. The text suggests that being trapped in this cycle makes people subconsciously fear failure so much that they actually begin to love poverty. Yeah, you heard that right. They cling to their lack of success because it feels safe, it's familiar, and it protects them from the risk of trying and failing again. So to truly advance, we have to make the active choice to completely discard this philosophy of victimhood.
That brings us to Section 2, the cosmic reframe, a shift in perspective.
To break out of this mental trap, we really have to contrast our narrow, human-centric thinking with a macroscopic, God-centric perspective. Now, human-centric thinking is exactly what we just talked about, getting bogged down in the physical world, focusing on temporary environments, and generating all those worldly excuses. But the text argues that to truly succeed, we need a major viewpoint shift. This means zooming way out and recognizing that the universe itself was fundamentally created by divine thought and intention. So instead of getting stuck in the mud with worldly excuses, we have to adopt this God-centric perspective to really reclaim our agency.
Think about it. When you adopt this God-centric view, those everyday human-scale excuses become incredibly small. If the universe was created by divine thought, then claiming you can't succeed just because of a bad economic cycle kind of misses the point entirely, doesn't it? From this higher perspective, you actually have the power to shape your reality through your own focused thoughts and actions. The whole philosophy of victimhood simply cannot survive in a mind that recognizes this incredible level of personal responsibility.
Let's dive into Section 3, the wealth paradox, redefining money.
So, if we actually control our outcomes through our thoughts and actions, why do we maintain such a complex and, honestly, often heavily negative relationship with money? Society often tells us that wanting wealth is inherently selfish, but what if money is completely separate from those negative connotations? The author makes a really compelling argument here. Wealth is simply a value-neutral resource. It's much like water or electricity. It is neither inherently good nor evil. Its morality depends entirely on the individual wielding it. So really, any evil associated with wealth is just a reflection of the person holding it. If someone with bad intentions gets their hands on wealth, sure, they'll probably use it to do bad things. But conversely, and this is the exciting part, if a person with a good, honest, and humble heart acquires wealth, they elevate it. It transforms from just a neutral resource into a great good for the world, acting as an incredible amplifier for positive change and the happiness of others.
And that leads us right into Section 4, the altruistic resolution, transforming wealth into good.
Okay, here's the practical application, creating a cycle of good wealth. Step 1 starts with generating wealth through honest, genuinely useful work, providing real value to others. Step 2 is maintaining that ethical standard, making absolutely sure you never exploit or steal from others to get ahead. But Step 3 is the magic multiplier. You don't just hoard it. You reinvest that ethically generated wealth to create double, triple, or even 100 times more useful activity for society. In this view, individual financial success actually acts as a powerful engine for broad social progress.
This means accumulating wealth isn't about selfish hoarding at all. It's about gathering the resources necessary to elevate society and contribute to the happiness of everyone around you. It completely reframes the very act of making money. When it's done correctly, with the right mindset, building wealth becomes an inherently altruistic endeavor. It's a way of ensuring you actually have the economic power to help people and affect real positive change rather than just wishing you could do something about it.
Ultimately, this is a profound shift in mindset. By discarding our victimhood, taking true responsibility, and viewing wealth as a neutral tool meant to be multiplied for the greater good, we unlock our true potential. So, as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with this powerful quote from the text to really reflect on. Love is the act of giving, gathering wealth to accomplish great work and reinvesting it to generate even more useful activity. When you look at your own goals, are you viewing your potential for success merely as personal gain? Or are you ready to see it as a powerful, absolutely necessary tool for giving back to the world?